Ready Player One, because today on DXB Today, we're diving into the metaverse in a big way.
Welcome. Hello. This is DXB Today, and tonight we are taking you on a journey through the ever-expanding metaverse where digital and physical realities collide.
Yes, from stunning landscapes to mind-blowing simulations, we're going to discuss how this technology is reshaping industries and revolutionizing the way that we live, work, and play.
Our guests today will guide us through this virtual realm and help us understand the hidden treasures and stories that awaits us within the metaverse. So guys, what is something that you're looking forward to seeing in the metaverse?
I've been waiting for this question.
Yeah.
So I think, ladies and gents, you'll probably agree with me, a virtual metaverse shopping mall. I find myself spending way too much time in the malls. This will save me a lot of time, a lot of effort. You know, just like checking out the garments, the materials.
We'll save you some steps as well.
Well,
don't have to go anywhere.
No exercise
Just sitting
needed.
at home and trying things on.
Yeah, what about you?
For me, it's definitely the fact that I've moved around the world a lot, so a lot of my friends don't live in the same country as me. And we do chat and stuff. Yes. But it would be nice to be able to like hang out with them in any way that we can. Obviously, it would be great to see them in person, but we can't all be in the same country at the same time. So in the metaverse, I think would be a really cool way to do
definitely.
that.
Like traveling, going to new places, maybe museums, galleries. That would be great.
Don't need to take annual leave days.
Exactly. From the comfort of your home, just sitting there doing it all.
That will make such a difference. Okay, so we've covered shopping, travel, and friendships.
Yes.
We're just
All
not
these
good
things
enough
are in the
for
real world, actually.
Yeah.
No, I want to fight dragons.
Yeah.
Yes.
That can
Something
happen. I mean,
different,
we saw your action earlier.
Oh, I fought dragons, don't worry.
Yeah. I can see that. Well, listen, we have so much to delve into on today's episode, but we've all heard about CEOs, COOs, and even CFOs. And have you heard about CMOs? Well, I don't mean a chief marketing officer, of course not. I'm talking about a chief metaverse officer. And that is exactly who our guest co-host is today. So let's meet them.
Hi everyone, I'm Leila Hurstel, Chief Metaverse Officer at VerseEstate, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the studio.
Thank you so much to Leila. Looking forward to having her right here on the panel with us. Leila is a board member at the biggest 3D scanning studio in the world, VerseEstate, and she'll be joining us on the show very shortly. Now, speaking of metaverse, our very own Khalid experienced a golf simulation at Dubai's most popular sporting entertainment venue, Topgolf. It's at the Emirates Golf Club in Dubai. You're about to check it out.
I'm here at Topgolf Dubai. Let's go and play some golf. I'm here with Christopher, the CEO of Topgolf Dubai, where I'm very lucky to have this quick chat with him. He's going to tell me everything. What's the difference between Topgolf and golf?
There's a big difference, Khalid. Topgolf is something that is for everyone, whether you're 5 years old or 93. People of all different ages, all different demographics, all different nationalities have been coming and enjoying Topgolf since we opened over 2 years ago. We've had over 1 million guests come and play. So it's clear that Dubai likes Topgolf, and Topgolf is something that is enjoyable by everyone in Dubai, summer or winter. In the summer, we have pretty hot temperatures in Dubai, but one of the great things about Topgolf Dubai is its temperature control. We've got AC in every bay, so you can come and enjoy Topgolf year round, and it's a fantastic game to play.
And a little bit more like when we're saying, because I see it is very successful, but when I look at Topgolf, I see, because I know a little bit about golf, what is the big difference, say, if I'm going to now play here at Topgolf?
Yeah, Topgolf is really a game that's fun for everyone. You can play different games, from virtual games. You can play Angry Birds, which is really popular with the kids and the adults. There's virtual golf courses. There's targets to hit. The balls all have a chip inside them, so you score points. And it doesn't matter whether you've never played golf before or whether you're a seasoned veteran golfer. Actually, very often the beginner can win. So it's a really fun game to play. There's lots of different games within Topgolf that you can play, and there's something for everyone.
guess where I am? I'm on the driving range, and today I had a wonderful time here at Topgolf Dubai. Well, now I have to go and collect some balls.
Khalid had an absolutely amazing time. I love seeing Khalid happy. That's all I want out of life.
He's always having fun. I'd rather be out there.
Welcome back. We're now joined in the studio by an expert in the world of digital transformation. We're with Leila Hurstel. Welcome to the show, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's my great pleasure.
Now, I'm sure we have a lot to talk about on the show today, but I think the first question we need to iron out is, what is the metaverse? Because I thought it was just virtual reality. It's more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely more than that. So basically, the metaverse refers to a collection of immersive 3D virtual worlds. And when the 3D virtual worlds, come together, it's referred to collectively as the metaverse.
Okay. So that would include like Fortnite, Roblox, these video games where you're actually in the game and you can experience like events?
Yes. Yes, exactly. And it uses a collection of technologies, emerging technologies such as augmented reality, virtual reality, and it uses tools that are, part of Web3 called NFTs and cryptocurrencies.
Okay, yes. Well, it's interesting because your title when we introduced you, Chief Metaverse Officer, but I want to know more about you and how you kind of got to this stage, because the metaverse has only recently come about in the last couple of years. Yeah. How did you get to this point?
Yeah, of course, that's a good question. So I actually did a bachelor's in economics. Yeah, and
makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. And then I did an internship at Deutsche Bank in the technology department. And what we did is we used to identify emerging technologies and help to innovate the bank's infrastructure. And that's when I discovered about fintechs and blockchain and how banks could remain competitive with the rising fintech industry. And that's when I went on to discover about DAOs. I actually learned about DAOs before I learned about the metaverse and Web3. Yeah. So after that, I founded Austria's Women DAO, which is an initiative to help close the gender and funding gap in the tech and Web3 space. And then I went on and joined VerseEstate. And the rest is history.
I love that. I love that.
You've touched on Web3, because a lot of people, I guess, don't know what Web3 is. And can you discuss the difference between the Web3 and the metaverse as well?
Yeah, of course. So there's often confusion about Web3 and the metaverse. A lot of people think they're the same, but actually it's completely different. It's highly interconnected, but it's different concepts. Web3, I would describe it, is not just a technology, but it's a social movement that promotes the decentralization of the internet, and its key defining feature is ownership. So, like, for example, if you take, let's say, Sandbox at the beginning, it was just a game, and then when they incorporated that tools such as NFTs and cryptocurrencies, that's when users could really regain control and ownership over their data and their assets, and that's when that element of Web3 is incorporated. Okay. So Web3 actually is the basis and the infrastructure to create that element of interconnectivity and interoperability between the different virtual worlds, which is called the open metaverse.
So much information.
I know.
To download right now.
And I'm nodding like I know.
Leila, when I first met you, you were doing a keynote at Museum of the Future for International Women's Day, and it was fascinating.
That was a great event.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah. And one thing that you really spoke very passionately and strongly about, and you just touched on as well, is the gender equality within tech. Yeah. And this is something that you really advocate for around the world. Tell me how important it is to have more women in tech.
Definitely. I mean, the events that we had at the Women's International Day was full, and I was like really happily surprised about that for the tech subject, of course. And I think that women are severely underrepresented in the tech space, and they're consistently being underfunded. I mean, less than 2% of VC funding went to women founders. Wow. And they're able to exit at IPO much faster and with less funds, actually. So I think it's extremely important to keep in mind this subject and make sure that we involve as many women as possible. And I think that now we have really a unique opportunity, because we're at the very beginning of the metaverse and the Web3, and it's still emerging technology. So this is the perfect opportunity to seize this and make sure that we build a more equitable and fair future.
And the great thing about it is it's mainly the kids who are focusing on the metaverse. The younger people, they're really excited by it.
Yeah.
So obviously you believe in it because you're with VerseEstate. What type of things can we hope to see in the future? Because there's still so much that's unknown. Are we buying real estate in the virtual world?
Yeah, so actually there's a lot of use cases in the metaverse. So a lot of people are still identifying it with gaming, and many people think it's only used for gaming.
Yes.
But I would say you can divide the metaverse into three main segments. The consumer metaverse, which is focused on entertainment and events and, you know, virtual shops. And then you have the business, the enterprise metaverse, which is focused on enhancing business operations, where, you know, brands and retailers can create their own virtual shop and, you know, trade and, you know, exchange, enable users to exchange within each shop. And then you have the industrial metaverse, which is focused on simulating complex operations and helping to enhance, you know, the manufacturing processes.
Yes.
So there's like three angles to it, and each of them can virtually be applied to any industry. You can apply it to healthcare, you can apply it to, you know, even marketing, to different segments. You can apply it for real estate.
The thing is, Leila, okay, just from a business perspective and a personal consumer, it sounds really expensive to me to actually invest into the metaverse, be a part of it. Is that the case?
No, actually that's not the case. For example, if you want to access Roblox, you can access Roblox, like you just create your avatar, you can access it for free. Because like Roblox and Decentraland and Sandbox, they have like user-generated, they're like user-generated driven.
Yes.
So actually it enables you to have an opportunity to monetize your content. So you make money rather than spend. Of course you have to spend, you know, on digital assets and, you know, to trade with other users, but mostly it's an opportunity to make money.
Okay, so we're going to dive into that in a second.
Yeah, we like the idea of making money.
Yeah, exactly. That is very true. We're going to go on a quick break, and we will be back with a metaverse enthusiast who has traveled all the way from another continent just to be on the show. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined in the studio by an expert in new technology implementation. So please welcome Andreas Baan Larsen, who's the head of EME, the Glimpse Group. Andreas, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Denmark. It's an absolute pleasure, so thank you for that. Can you tell me, because we heard Leila's interpretation of what the metaverse is. What does the metaverse mean to you?
Yeah, so for me, the metaverse is all about creativity. That's one part. And as Leila has finally mentioned last time, it's a big combination of Web3, blockchain, but also augmented reality, mixed reality, and virtual reality. So I believe there is I would call it the Metaverse Cycle, okay? So that contains basically everything, for me at least, yeah?
That's so interesting. And I was actually going to ask you, Leila, this. I want you to both weigh in. Because I know that a lot of the metaverse is tied with blockchain, NFT, cryptocurrency, etc. Do they rely on each other, though? Like, let's say NFTs don't go the way that people think they are. Is that going to affect the metaverse in a negative way or positive way? Are they interconnected, or are they sort of exclusive from each other? What do you think, Leila?
I think that depends. I mean, like NFTs can be, you can buy an NFT collection like without having the metaverse. I think, you know, NFTs and cryptocurrencies is just like an enhancement inside of the metaverse. It's like a means of exchange and a means, you know, of interconnectivity between the users, pretty much. But if, let's say, one NFT collection goes down, it's not going to affect the metaverse. I don't think so.
Yeah, is that your thoughts as well, Andreas?
Yeah, I think so, and I think we cannot, you know, it's a little bit like building blocks, right? One thing cannot kind of be, you know, needed for the other one. So I think definitely, yeah.
And like she said, you don't need to have access to Metaverse to buy NFTs. Is it the case with the Oculus? Do you need an Oculus to access the Metaverse, or you can access the Metaverse without having an Oculus as well?
No, you can definitely access the Metaverse without the Oculus. Actually, I think, you know, it will be mass adopted once you can access it via mobile phone as well.
Okay.
Yes, but actually just wearing the Oculus makes it a much more immersive experience, and I think it's the natural evolution of the internet that at some point all of us will have this level of immersiveness with the Oculus. So it's always better to use it.
And touching on what Leila said about the immersive side of it, I mean, this has done wonders for the creative industry as well, for all of us creatives that absolutely love this. I mean, how has it really developed the industry, and how quickly has it done that?
Yes, so of course we have seen as I would say, the hype cycle over the last 2 years, especially here in the Middle East and the UAE. There's a great push for the technology, and there was a great hype cycle. We've seen it slowing down a little bit, but at least I would say that now we're at a point where people actually are starting to, especially the government entities, know what they're looking for. And for me, it's the key to, with the metaverse, that is yet to be built, of course, is driving innovation, right? And to do innovation, we need to be creative. So entering these very creative worlds, whether it's in a web browser base or through a headset, that's where, if you remember being kids running in the forest, you'll find a stick and you'll play with it, or whatever you did on the beach. That's fundamentally for all of us, right? So that's where, in my opinion, creativity comes from, that by end of the day will drive innovation in the different sectors.
I mean, Andreas, you came all the way from Denmark.
Yes.
Now you're here in the UAE, which you should know is an early adopter. Agile, always looking to the future. What have you seen the differences between the metaverse industry in Denmark versus here in the UAE?
Yeah, exactly. So, Denmark especially is known for design and also be on the forefront with the energy sector, as windmills and so forth. But for me, I would say that here in the UAE, there is this great push, but there's also the government is really going in the right direction. There's different initiatives. There's even, as I mentioned, different ministries that are focusing on this technology. And that's kind of putting the population in that direction as well. So
I actually have another question for you. So I think it's no secret the metaverse, has really captured the attention of many. But I was wondering, the mass adoption of the metaverse is quite slow. So I was wondering, what do you think is hindering its adoption?
Yeah, so right now, when we look at a Oculus Quest 2, a Pico headset, the VR headsets, they are great, of course, but they are still, the weight, it's a little bit clunky. If you and me needs to do a sit down and a chat, well, Zoom and Google Meet is a bit easier, right? So I think we are at a stage now where hardware needs to develop. There's a lot of talks what is coming out in a few weeks. So and at the time where the hardware is going to be more like glasses and sunglasses, I think, the use case is much more there. So that's from a virtual or mixed reality perspective.
And there's a motion sickness problem as well, isn't there? Are they working on that?
Oh, yeah.
I experienced that every time I put the Oculus on.
You can feel a bit nauseous, right? So I would say a lot of the applications in there, when it comes specifically to VR, they are, you will either do teleporting, because that's the most normal part. There are solutions out there where you have legs, but in my opinion, it's a little bit spooky, right? If you're moving in a wrong way. So, but again, metaverse is many things, right? Yet to be built. Yeah.
Do you think the ministries or the governments are going to be adapting the metaverse really soon? Because we were discussing them having meetings in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be in the near future, or it's still going to take some time? Because it's still expensive to adapt this technology.
Yeah, so to be honest, I believe that there are already government sectors here in the UAE who have already adopted. I know because I personally work with them.
Yeah.
So it's slowly adopting. We also have the great conference of GITEX every year where they're showcasing all these different technologies. So I believe that within the next years or two, you will see a heavy mass adoption, especially in the UAE for this technology.
Andreas, thank you so much for being with us on DXB today and in the UAE. Thanks for coming.
Pleasure being here. Thank you, guys.
Enjoy the crazy heat for a few more days before you fly
we're
back.
going to hit to the beach at some point. Yes. Thank you.
Now, one industry that's making its mark on the metaverse has to be art. And our spotlight today is on an artist who takes us through the world of art in real life. She has a new exhibition called The Art of Magicalm. Intriguing. Here's our interview with British artist Jo Fenlon.
I'm Jo, I'm a mum of 4, living in Dubai 15 years, and around my children I paint, I create magic. Brave, it's bold, it's colourful, and it's honest, actually. There are no rules, so I throw everything at it, and this is what comes out of it. This is my most recent painting. This is called Aquarius Rising. A little astrology nod. Aquarius is all about doing things innovatively and almost seeking freedom in a rebellion way. And that is this piece. It's got gold leaf on it, it's got glitter, it's got shimmers, and every shade of every colour is here in no particular order, just intuitively led. So Magicalm is the idea that we can live in a chaotic world and still find calm amongst the chaos. Taking my art into the homes and hearts of whoever needs it. My business is Beige Rainbow Designs, and it's all about embracing the connectivity with people through colour and where they might need it in their life. It's a metaphor, once again, for brightening up the world. So wherever my work is needed is the vision. I love the innovation and the people that Dubai attracts, actually. I think there's a lot of opportunity for new ways of thinking and developing every area of your life. Like, it's wonderful for children and families, and it's forward thinking, and I love it for that. Lots of restaurants, fun with my family, feeling like a tourist again, downtown Dubai, dinner at Atmosphere, and just embracing a really long, gorgeous day.
Oh, the calm amongst the chaos. Absolutely love that. Jo Fenlon, so talented, has an exhibition happening at the Le Méridien Fairway Gallery until Friday, the 26th of May. That's literally this week. So it is time now for the daily roundup. Ahmed, are you ready to tell us what's buzzing in the city?
Thank you, Nimi. Smelling online could become a reality with a new technology that is finding a home in the UAE, thanks in large part to the government policies that are attracting innovative metaverse startups. Ambitious projects like the MetaNose can identify thousands of smells and convert them into digital data. So guys, do you think that's going to be a thing? Like, can you imagine putting on the Oculus that can help you smell different smells in the metaverse?
I've got a virtual reality headset, and that thing smells when I went on it for a couple of hours.
Look, I think we need to discuss the name first, MetaNose.
MetaNose,
we really could have thought a bit more out of the box.
Definitely.
Virtual essence.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get in
Virtual
touch.
fragrance.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Leila, what do you think about this? I mean, I can imagine it just enhances the experience so much more.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, perfume companies are gonna love this idea and this technology. But I think it's a natural evolution of, as I mentioned, VR headset. Even Apple is launching one that is much lighter. So I think if it has like smell enhancement, and even I think Elon Musk is working on a new technology to develop like for touch as well. So
Wow,
I
that
think
creeps me out a bit.
yeah, we're gonna have like full-on suits where we can feel actually, you know, pain and even like.
It's crazy to see not only the companies that are making innovations, but actually follow this girl on TikTok who loves virtual reality. And she plays her favourite video game, Skyrim, and she set up the house that when she's in a cold place, fans blow at her.
Wow.
When she speaks, it performs spells in the game, and she's modding this all herself. So I think we're going to see a lot from the community as well, rather than just the big companies.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think so as well. Definitely.
I think this is doing wonders for the entertainment industry as well. I mean, years ago, I'm talking in my teenage years, I went to Florida and I had a 4D experience with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. and you know, you could feel the air, you could smell things, you could feel things at your feet. I mean, this is just taking it to a whole other level. The entertainment industry must be going crazy right now.
Exactly, and even in terms of marketing aspects, I mean, brands are able to connect with their users and visitors on a whole new level. Like, they're gonna be able to connect with you emotionally, which was previously not possible with just a Web 2, interface.
Yes.
Like when you scroll through a website and you, let's say, want to buy a perfume, you just look at it and you try to imagine what the
You
fragrance.
can smell it now.
Yeah.
With the MetaNose.
And now you can smell it, which is much better.
I'm such a pessimist, though, because you're like, perfumes, it's going to be amazing. I'm thinking the computer viruses are going to just be bad smells.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine some horrible smells coming through.
That's so true.
Look, I think it's great on a mental health, well-being level as well, in the wellness world. I mean,
Exactly.
for those, I mean, a lot of people who experienced during COVID felt really, lonely, and that loneliness has continued for a lot of people of all ages. To get a hug in the metaverse, imagine that.
And to actually feel it because of the suit or something that they're going to be developing
and to
later.
smell the person's perfume.
Oh my God.
I mean, not to be morbid, but, to someone who's passed, for example, like one of my
there was something about
grandparents,
that.
to
There is,
experience that would be amazing.
Yeah, and there is even like, just to touch on blockchain technology, there is a technology where like you can bury like your loved ones in a tree, and then it's his identity is stored like on the blockchain, and then you can interact with an AI avatar, like in augmented reality. So
It's getting weird now.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many elements to it, isn't there?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, the potential of this technology is absolutely insane.
Yes.
The things you can do is crazy.
I mean, we're going to be discussing more of that very soon after some more insights into the metaverse. But right now, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Did you know there is an actual council that governs the metaverse? That's right. Joining us in the studio is Dr. Jane Thomason, an inaugural chairperson of the World Metaverse Council. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So the World Metaverse Council, Can you please tell us more about that? Because it's very interesting.
It is very interesting. It's an overstatement to say we govern anything, but what we tried to do is, because metaverse development is going so fast and it's happening all around the world, there's no one place that you can get knowledge about the metaverse. So we're a group of people who came together to basically crowdsource the latest thinking, knowledge and ideas, but also to deal with issues like ethics, regulation, standards. And we've got working groups working in all of those areas, and education and healthcare, arts and culture, who are going to be producing thought leadership pieces for industry and government to understand both the benefits as well as some of the potential implications.
I think it's so fascinating because regulation was such a conversation once the metaverse first came onto the scene. It's needed, it's required in all aspects, from education all the way through. But tell me why, particularly in the UAE, what is the current state of the metaverse here in our home country?
Well, I think this is one of the most exciting jurisdictions to be talking about the metaverse, because what you've got is a really forward-thinking, ambitious government who've achieved an incredible amount already in 50 years, who are leaning into this and who are willing to test, take some risks, push the government agencies to see how they can use the metaverse. Because I think that, for me, the three use cases I'm most interested in are health, education and government services. And so we see the possibility to really take that to reality here. That's what's exciting.
It is really exciting, and there's so many different things. I think a lot of people, when they think about the metaverse, they think video games, NFTs, sort of buying property inside. But there's a lot of actual real-world applications that can help people, like in healthcare. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Absolutely. So I think that the key applications for healthcare, first of all, will be education. So you think about how you used to learn anatomy, cutting up dead bodies and things. Now you can go inside the body, you can see how the organs interact and where the blood flows. So it's much more real. But when you're training surgeons, they can operate as many times as they like on a digital twin and never hurt anyone. So it's going to enable for safer training. Then you have scientific collaboration, so people can come together from all around the world to develop new procedures or new techniques, new equipment, and they can come into the immersive space, work with the digital twins and make scientific discovery. And I think health and wellness is another one. Fitness. We've got a lot of problems with chronic disease in this region. People are now making metaverse games where you're incentivized to do exercise. So your GenoPet, for example, will only grow if you do exercise and only grow in value. So you're rewarded for doing exercise. And then finally, mental health care. You mentioned that before. This is an area where there's a number of different projects going on that are helping people with post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and so forth. So there are many applications in healthcare that we're going to see that are already well advanced. And I believe you've got Dr. Ali on, and he's going to talk to you about how they're using AI and digital twins for surgery.
Yeah, you've checked the show more than I have.
Yeah, so I guess I just wanted to kind of come in here and talk a little bit about artificial intelligence, especially, generative AI, because it's been such a hot topic lately. And I was wondering, what's your take in terms of the convergence between generative AI and the metaverse, and how you think it's going to, let's say, enhance, accessibility, and what role it plays into this?
Well, I think there's a couple of ways to take it, because AI is going to be integrated into most metaverse experiences. There's no doubt about that. But I think that the other play that I'd like to talk about for the metaverse is AI is going to cause people to need to reskill almost continuously. So already, for example, coders are not going to have jobs at some point in the future because it can be replaced by AI. So what do we reskill them with? And if you can develop reskilling programs in the metaverse that are short-term, highly focused, highly precision-driven by data, and then teach people the new skills that they need for the new economy, because the future of work is a skills-based economy, not a jobs-based economy. So our children and our grandchildren are going to have to continuously reskill, and anyone from anywhere in the world can join a metaverse class. You can have 100,000 people from all around the world in a metaverse training for XR developers, for example.
As somebody on a Metaverse Council, do you take into consideration artificial intelligence? Because I know they're separate, but they go hand in hand. For example, I heard people are going to play video games where all of the characters they talk to in the game are going to have artificial intelligence responses. Is that something you have to worry about, whether or not they're they're talking to our kids, essentially, and they are strangers.
So we have an ethics working group, and I think that this is a very, very important topic in the metaverse. And we've only just begun to think about what are some of the issues. So do avatars have human rights, for example? Do avatars have to follow the laws of the country? And how do we know that our child is talking to another child? This issue about identity in the metaverse is going to be a problem. And how do we protect consumers? Because as you said before, people's kind of emotional response is going to be much kind of stronger and more real, and therefore people can be subject to psychological harm. So what we want to do is bring out what are all this plethora of issues that we might be seeing, and then how do we prevent it? And I personally think we'll probably have something, you know how you have the fair trade tick? I think we'll have the, ethical metaverse tick, and we'll have the metaverses that someone is saying are safe for children to go into.
Make you pay for it though, $12 a month.
not in a Web3 metaverse.
So I guess I just had one last question. Speaking about this, it might scare a lot of users, and thinking that companies that, for example, develop the Oculus headsets, they will get access to such a huge amount of personal data. Privacy violations are going to be up to a whole new level. So what do you think companies and brands and even individuals can do to protect themselves and make sure that they're protected when using these technologies?
Well, I think the issue that we have is people have already given up their privacy a long time ago to Facebook, Google, Meta, everyone. And there's no real informed consent going on. And I think the challenge with the metaverse is that it's going to be connected to wearables and IoT, and you're going to have so many more data points around you that it's going to be very difficult for users to be able to protect their data and secure their privacy. But having said that, because there's going to be lots of different kinds of metaverses, I would expect, for example, in a government metaverse, that they're going to take a lot of trouble to make sure they're protecting the data of the people that are in their metaverse, to the extent probably of having their own cloud. So I think it's really going to depend which metaverse you're in. Healthcare, I'm sure, is going to spend a lot of money and time on protecting privacy. But it's a huge, huge risk. And as I said, a lot of people have already given up their privacy, even though they don't realise it.
Well, Dr. Jen, I feel a lot better knowing that you're on the case. You seem to know what you're talking about. I love your style. Love it all. I think we're in safe hands.
Yes, definitely.
But for right now, Leila, I don't know if they told you about this, we are doing DXB in 60. This is a quiz where we're going to test you on this very show. You're going to have 60 seconds on the clock.
When was I expecting this?
to answer as many questions as possible. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1. What was the topic for today's show, the metaverse or robotics?
Metaverse.
Exactly. Which popular sporting entertainment venue was featured on the show today? Was it Top Paddle or Top Golf?
Top Golf.
Is the right answer. Which of today's guests is the head of the EMEA at the Glimpse Group? Is it Andreas, Baan, Larsen or Dr. Jane Thomason?
Andreas.
Andreas is the right answer. Is there a World Metaverse Council? True or false?
Yes, true.
Yes, there is. Which of our guests today is an inaugural chairperson for the World Metaverse Council?
Dr. Jane.
Is the right answer. Our spotlight today was on who? Was it Jojo the Rabbit or Jojo the Magicalm? Jojo the Magicalm. Yes, that's the right answer. What is the metaverse? Is it A, a popular video game, or an interconnected network of virtual worlds?
The second one.
Is the right answer. Which technology is primarily associated with the metaverse? Is it virtual reality or artificial intelligence?
Virtual reality.
Correct. What is one potential benefit of the metaverse? Is it enhanced social interactions and connections, or is it increased physical fitness?
A.
A is the right answer. They could both work, couldn't they?
Yeah.
What are some concerns associated with the metaverse? I've said it, so I'm going to finish it. What are some of the concerns associated with the metaverse? Privacy and security, or people getting bored?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Actually, no. You've far gone past your limit. And you've got 9 points as well. That's really good.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
You're so close to 10.
You are #1 on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
Your name is
wow,
all the way
Leila.
up there.
You're tied at the top. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Leila, thank you so much for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's my great pleasure. It was
We hope
great
you'll be
conversation.
back. So that would be lovely. And Dr. Jane, thank you once again for being here with us. It is time now to take a quick break, but we will be back with an artist who has experimented in the world of music with AI himself. Stay with us.
Welcome back to We've been talking all about the metaverse, talking all about AI, and the performance is no different because I'm here with Ben Caesar. Thank you so much for joining us on DXB today.
It's good to see you, bro.
Now, bring up metaverse and AI because you've actually dabbled in that with Tiga. Can you tell us a little bit about Tiga?
Tiga, we're building IP, so it's anime and music. This is one of our lead characters, Tiga himself. And if you collect the NFTs, you're getting some of the merchandise, and it's a full collection.
So if Tiga keeps getting better and better, this is the one you want. This is like the shiny Charizard.
He's the Genesis, he's the big one,
Wow.
but there's a lot of characters, and each character represents a different genre, so people can really take a journey, you know. I really want to explore that.
See, this is the type of thing we like to see on DXB today, where you have a passion, which is music. You've been doing it a long time, since high school, you told me.
Yeah.
And now you just found an avenue where you can take it another direction, and you told me it was like anime music. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you do?
It's anime IP, so we love anime. We love music, and we really want to explore what happens when you take people on an entire journey. And because tech is evolving, like we have Metaverse, we have Web3, we have AI, people are going to explore IP and characters in so many different ways. So I'm fascinated with that, and that's what we're building.
Incredible. And Ben, if I were to ask you, as Ben, not as Tiga, like what type of music do you do? Is there a genre? Have you had to make up a genre for the type of performances you put on?
Ooh, it's a good question, bro. I mean, I'm originally from the Caribbean, but I've lived in South Africa, the UK, States, Europe, now the UAE. So I've been exposed to a lot of different music, and that's been a big part of my education. So I have a lot of genres, and this is why we built Tiga, so we could explore different genres.
Amazing. And of course, this is all about connecting. So how would you tell young artists, what advice would you give when it comes to integrating into the metaverse, into new technologies, instead of just the standard make music and put it out there?
You know what I would say? Like, primary thing for an artist to do, especially now as tech is evolving so quickly, is to intentionally look for like a strong community that it can support you and that you can support. Because us learning by ourselves, we're not as efficient as learning together. And that's actually the power of AI, is that it's a huge knowledge base.
And how can it help new artists integrating this type of technology?
I mean, just creatively, it expands you. You can think of your art differently. Like Web3 taught me to value my work differently. And I think AI will teach you to experiment and kind of what we are as people, you know, tech teaches us as well.
Like so many things we've talked about today, we can talk about this so much, but obviously we don't have all the time in the world. So tell us, where can we follow you, Tiga, websites, Instagrams?
Yeah, so Ben Caesar, BNCAESAR. People get that confused. And Tiga on socials, you know. We actually have a competition now going as well, so you can check the website.
Amazing. Well, we can't wait to see the performance. We're going to let you get set up and get ready. But before we do that, Ahmed, you've got a reminder, haven't you?
Thank you, Faris. Remember, we are giving away 4 Director Box tickets to go see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse at the amazing Roxy Cinemas. All you have to do is go to Dubai One's Instagram page, that's at Dubai One TV, and you're going to find me pinned to the page, and then just click there, like the post, and tell us why we should pick you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are also giving away a free place in the ChatGPT Accelerator program that takes place on the 3rd and 4th of June. It's worth around 4,200 dirhams. So it's definitely something that you would like to learn more about. Make sure you find that post and tell us why you would like to win and come along.
And as always, we'd love to hear from you. So please use the hashtag DXB today to tell us what you'd like to see featured on the show, or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you. So at the end of this episode, do we feel like we understand more, or is your brain fried like mine?
I feel like that was a really big sigh from you as well. I was like,
I was like, there was a lot of Web3s and blockchains and metaverses.
A lot of information that we took in.
Look,
today.
I'll be honest, I think I'm the type of person who usually switches off anytime these kind of terms are mentioned, but I feel really informed today, you know, and I feel like it's really important for regular people like us who aren't in that industry or world to educate ourselves more, because I mean, it's going to be here for generations to come. It's just about time to get to know more.
Especially that now you can use the Meta Nose to go shopping and smell more about the perfume.
Ahmed checking
That's the only thing that I'm thinking about. Like, you can even go to the bazaar and smell the spices.
Yeah, oh, that would be
something
amazing.
exciting to look forward to.
You cook?
I do, yes.
Okay, only in the metaverse though.
Yeah.
not in real life.
That's the only food of his I'd eat.
I love that. Well, both of you, it's been an absolute pleasure. Yes. I'll see you in the metaverse, I'm sure, very, very soon. But that is all from us today. Make sure you join us as we celebrate the mother continent and hear from inspiring voices in the African community tomorrow. But for now, over to you, Ben.
Let's go, Tiga.
Thank you guys. You know, we've learned a lot today, haven't we? First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Dubai today. Shout out to everybody who's watching this right now. You're watching this at home, on your phone. Good evening to you. And as we say in the region, Kif Khalkom Dubai. All right, we about to make some noise right here. All right? Now I go by the name of Tiga. And this is actually our first NFT I'm going to be sharing with you. But if somebody's in your way and making you feel some kind of way, I give you permission to say, first of all, I don't like y'all. So I'm only get the picture when the line's drawn. Oh yeah, you never heard of me. It's probably cause I don't mess with the industry. Woo. Dog, I'm low-key in the symphony. Behind the smoke screen, see the enemy. I used to do this for the fantasy, and now I do this for the family. Yeah, I'm talking pedigree, legacy, strategy, energy, all that I'm meant to be. I do it independently, I never get strained by the chains of identity. Look at, man, I take hate lightly when they get spicy. I taste nice bite, man. Life's too big to fit in the screen, so I don't follow people, I follow dreams, okay? It's at the end of the day, between you and me, there ain't nothing left to say. But hey, you don't have to like me. I'm doing my thing, doing it nicely. Hey, you don't have to like me. I'm doing my thing, doing it nice. Get your hands on me. You don't have to like me, don't have to like me, don't have to like me, no. You don't have to like me. I'm doing my thing, doing it nicely. I get it, now, get it, now, get it, right, now, get it, now, get it, now. Hold up, I want y'all to hear me. Damn, look at who they changed on. Love or hate's two sides of the same coin. So I flip it. Before the penny drops, let me spend it. Put it in a jukebox, play my favorite record. Look at what you're doing for the metrics. Getting many views doesn't mean you get perspective. But no, I'm not impressed with the life they living. Cause you cannot catch flights on a hype train ticket. Y'all trendy copycats ain't about it. Don't you know hype trains only do round trips? Spit 16, since 16, always seen things from both sides like a split screen. Used to catch 2 trains in a minivan, backpack dripping from the rain when I hit the land. Let me know y'all still with me on this. I got something very special to say though. I'm the type that'll laugh in your face. I ain't here to make friends. I'm here to make ends, y'all get it. Woo! And without vices, our devices are so divisive, man. So please don't like this, cause I can buy likes, but love is priceless. Woo! So baby, add it up. And tell me something if you had enough. Oh, wait, you think I care what you think? Well, I'm getting rich, I don't need your 2 cents, okay? Cause at the end of the day, between you and me, there ain't nothing left to say. One more time now, you don't have to like me. I'm doing my thing, doing it nicely. How y'all feeling? Don't have to like me. I'm doing my thing, doing it nicely. One more time. You don't have to like me. Don't have to like me. Don't have to like me. No. Dubai today, we're gonna do it. Doing it nicely. I get it. Now, get it. Now, get it. Right, now. Get it. Now, get it. Now, get it. Right now. Ooh, yeah. Appreciate y'all.